诺贝尔化学奖得主、丹麦哥本哈根大学教授 Morten Meldal 应台湾桥梁计划访台，1月26日于台湾大学以 Chemistry for a Sustainable World, Everything is Chemistry and How That Influences Our Choices 为题发表演讲。Morten Meldal 为电极化学重要奠基者之一，于2022年与 K. Barry Sharpless 和 Carolyn Bertozzi 共同获得诺贝尔化学奖。电极化学广泛应用于药物开发、生物分子标记、新颖材料合成，大幅推动当代生医、化学与材料科学的发展。台湾桥梁计划由台湾大学宋公元先生顶尖研究讲座、世界和平基金会、中央研究院与多所国内大学联合推动。
Everything around us is molecules. When we breathe the air, that's chemistry. So when we eat a piece of rye bread, that's chemistry. When we brush our teeth, that's chemistry. When we take an eye drop, that's chemistry. When we have emotions, that's also chemistry. Click chemistry is like Lego or like Velcro. So chemistry that we for the first time can take something that is complete already, two things that are complete. The click chemistry is characterized by being not only very good chemistry which works, but also being very selective chemistry. So we can take very delicate architectures like biomolecules and put them together into small molecular robots. So for example, in the case of cancer, you have treatments today that are just not selective enough. So it also kills our body, and that's why we lose our hair, and that's all this stuff that is associated with cancer treatment. If we could, by some means, target our molecules directly to the cancer cell and only to the cancer cell, and they would be then small Trojan horses that could release a chemical or something else inside the cancer cell to kill it, then we could have a completely selective treatment without any side effects. And click chemistry has that potential for doing these things. I think that the most sustainability prone effect of click chemistry will be that we can do very complicated synthesis much shorter and can do this in water. We can do a lot of synthesis chemistry in water, which has not been really feasible before because a lot of the other chemistry is not compatible with the aqueous environment. In the material world, you will see a lot of new materials that are based on the click reaction because it gives your material extremely tough properties. So I know that they have worked on making, for example, bulletproof materials like Kevlar by click, and also paint for flights that are self-healing. So the click reaction can make it self-healing. So if you make a scratch, normally you would get corrosion in the bottom of the scratch of the aluminum that the machine is built from. And then if you have a paint that can close itself again over the crack, then there would be no corrosion. So that's also something they're working on. I'm not sure whether it's successful yet. I think the human beings are the ones that are the most challenging thing for this world. And in particular, when you have a crisis like the global warming or the floodings, the fires and so on that comes with that, people get scared. And when people get scared, they seek to have somebody to protect them. And that's why we have today an autocratic trend, which is like a wildfire across the world. You have in Russia, you have in China, you have in US. US is probably the worst at the moment. So that's a real problem in this world today, and I think it's a real challenge. We need to come together to solve these problems. It's changing the entire climate. Like we are getting, probably in the north of Europe, we'll get a new ice age because of this. The ice cap on Greenland is going to melt. Up to 1 billion people are living under the line that is going to be covered by water. more important problem with that is that that is going to also create more and more hostility in the world. Because when you don't have your livelihood, you're going to fight for it. There's going to be more wars, yeah. When you get to an autocratic system, you lose freedom and you also lose the focus on education, which is the most important investment any society can do. Do what you think is important. Don't do what your peers think is important. Do what you think is important. And study it with all your heart. Get good at it, because then you find the inspiration. And when you find the inspiration, you can achieve things which are exceptional. I love Taiwan. It's a very nice country, and I like the spirit of the people very much. I'm very much a person who is in favor of freedom of thought, freedom of actions, and I think the Taiwanese resistance to the opposite is a very, very strong message to the world.